So at this point in the trade war, you might be asking yourself, why did the US want to pick a fight with China in the first place? And the truth is, it's not about fair trade like Trump says, it's about survival. And it's not gonna stop here. US generals are even predicting outright war this year. To understand why this is all happening, you have to understand globalization, which is a process where the countries around the world become more and more connected and integrated as communication and travel become easier. Since World War II ended and the Cold War began in the 1950s, globalization has taken a very specific form. The imperial systems that the British built were never fully dismantled. They just changed hands to the US and adapted to the changing times. The idea, as J.D. Vance laid out recently, was this.
The idea of globalization was that rich countries would move further up the value chain while the poor countries made the simpler things.
The expectation has been that third world countries would always sell their natural resources and labor for cheap while the West profited off of them. Basically, neo-colonialism, the same effects as colonialism but updated for the 20th century. That's why the West created institutions like the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank, which control the development of third world countries to make sure that they're in line with Western plans. And that's why the US has staged military coups all over the world in any country that wanted to seize control of their own resources. And this expectation is rooted in the same kind of Orientalist thinking that has defined much of Western thought for the past 300 years. But surprise, things haven't worked out that way.
Turns out that the geographies that do the manufacturing get awfully good at the designing of things. As they got better at the low end of the value chain, they also started catching up on the higher end. We were squeezed from both ends.
You see, the problem with China isn't that they have an authoritarian government or that they're being aggressive towards Taiwan or even that they're communist. The issue is that China, a formerly poor country of the third world, has decided to step out of line from its designated place in the world order and challenge the United States. China has played the global capitalist game that the US has started, and they're actually winning. They lead the world in solar, EV, AI, and other advanced technologies. They're the primary trading partner for most of the world. China's digital finance systems is challenging the dominance of the US dollar. The tariffs are creating new alliances between China, South Korea, Japan, with Latin America, and even with the EU. And they're even becoming the moral leader of the world by standing with Palestine. And when we look at everything the US is doing right now, the mineral deal in Ukraine, wanting to control Greenland, the tariffs on the whole world, the demonization of immigrants, or even the renewed violence in Palestine, we have to view it all within this larger context. This isn't a trade war. This is a war for control over global finance, for who is at the top of the global world order. And the fight isn't over, but you might want to start brushing up on your Mandarin. The best thing that we can do right now is to band together, brace for this change, organize to resist, and propose real alternatives. If you want to learn how, check out the latest issue of the Conscious Citizens Dispatch, where we're discussing that and a lot more. You can sign up for free through the link in our bio, and if you've been liking my videos, it's also a great way to support our work for as little as $2 a month.